podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today's topic is
Imagine if. So basically, we're going to have a bunch of imagine if questions or scenarios and what we would choose or just how we would deal with it or just something along those lines.
Yeah, some of it may surprise you.
And
surprise us. Well, shall we get into it?
Yeah.
Let's pour some tea.
I know. Yes. I was about to say, let's pour some tea first. Okay.
I was like, wait. Okay. So which one did we decide on? Because I pulled the water out of the microwave.
And we chose s'mores tea.
Have we had this one?
I had it the very first
episode. That's right. Okay. I was going to say.
It's very hot right now, so maybe we should let it cool.
It does look really hot. I want to be able to talk for the rest of the day and taste other things. So yeah, let's
let cool.
Wait. Yeah. Just a bit.
Yeah. This is the first time I think we've had our tea be so extremely hot we can't drink it.
It was like 20 minutes ago, I feel like, that it was poured, and
well, I kept the top on because I was like, I don't know how long it'll be, so I want to keep it warm.
But it wasn't even boiling when I pulled it out.
Very warm.
It is. Yeah.
Look at me. You have to do more.
Oh my. No bacteria in there.
No way. Okay. So the first one that I thought of was, so imagine if you weren't like a mom.
Okay.
And you could be anything else. What would you be?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So the funny thing is, I asked my husband this question. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. So recently. And I was like, what do you think I would have done? Like, had we not met and say I stayed single for the rest of my life. And he was like, you would have owned a coffee shop. He was like, you would eventually have opened up your own coffee shop and been super successful. And I was like, oh. And I was like, I feel like I definitely I think that would have happened probably because I did kind of have some ideas for that. But also I know that I think I would have maybe done a coffee shop, but I would eventually try to, I think, save up and become a writer. And I think I would have tried to find a cottagey house. I don't even know where it would be, but if you could find a place like that in America, but just a house that was kind of on a hill so that I could on a tiny hill, and then it had bigger hills.
So that mountains or actually
just hills? Hills. Okay, yeah. Okay. But there's some trees and I would like out and there'd be a garden of
your
flowers.
Inspiration.
Yes. And I feel like it would have been very Beatrix Potter-esque.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know if I would have I think I would have done that looking back, but I don't know if I could have I feel like my single life was so fast-paced that I would have had to only have done a coffee shop. But I do think I would have settled down and been I just want to write. I really enjoyed journaling. So I think I would have eventually done some writing.
Yeah. And it's so funny that you mentioned that because you were actually talking today about that.
Well, because I don't know. It was funny because all of the English classes I took in high school, I didn't but I always did really, really well. And then as I got older, once I was in college, I was I would get my papers back and they'd be like, this is amazing. And I did some difficult classes in high school, but specifically I did this one type of English class. And it was called creative writing. Yeah. And it was difficult and challenging. But then once I got to college, it was I've been doing this. It is what it really felt like. Yeah. One of my high school teachers, though, he was a college professor or had been, and so he expected that type of work. It was you read Oliver Twist in 1 week, and within that week you also write a 7 to 9 page paper, and that was my freshman year of high school. So it was that was a very stretching year, but everything after that I feel was just I don't know. Yeah. It was really easy. So once I got to college, I did really enjoy writing papers, and I was like, I feel like this should be harder. And then I'd get my papers back and they'd be like, this is amazing. And I was like, that just came really naturally. Yeah. Not naturally, because obviously I'd worked for it years prior, but that I feel is where that came from, I guess. And so after that, I realized I really do enjoy this. And like my journaling, I don't know, sometimes it was like about my life, but then sometimes I would write down like ideas in my head. So I think children's books I think would be really fun to write in the future. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Dreams.
Yeah. Okay, so what about you? Like I know you're still in high school, but like imagine like you're graduated and like their money wasn't a problem or experience, like you could just jump into whatever occupation or, you know, whatever.
Honestly, okay, so I have thought about this a
Okay.
lot recently because I was like, oh, if I could just do anything, like any job that I wanted, didn't matter what the pay was,
Yeah.
like this is just what I want to do. I think I'd either be like a marine biologist.
Really?
Like I love
Okay.
underwater stuff.
Yeah.
Or like work at an aquarium or
I did
just
not know
anything. I think it's because I watched Outer Banks. And so
Okay.
like anything like and so actually this year I've been taking marine biology and I think that's like so much fun. And I think at the end of the year I get to dissect a shark. And so that will be a lot of fun.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. Or what's the other thing? There was something else. Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys ever seen the Irwins family, the Australian zoo.
Yes.
I always thought it'd be so fun to work there.
Well, I mean, it would be.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bindi Irwin.
Yeah.
Bindi
and
Steve
Robert
Irwin.
And
yeah. That would be really cool.
That'd be so.
Well, maybe you could still. I mean.
Yeah, I just don't want to live that far away.
Well, maybe they have like summer internships.
That's true. That's true.
That would be really fun though.
Yeah.
I don't know. You didn't strike me as a marine aquatic enthusiast.
Yeah.
I think I just said like the same words, but just like the same meaning, but like different words.
That's fine. But yeah,
interesting.
I always thought that was interesting. Or traveling. Yeah. But I'm so afraid of traveling. Like that is one of my deepest fears. But if I wasn't afraid, traveling. Like I really want to go to Ireland or Scotland. Yes. Honestly, either of those, and I feel like my life would be I'd be fine.
I think everybody should like travel to an out of America. Like if you live in America, I think you should go to an out of your country like place, but also go to a country that like isn't like it hasn't been influenced by America.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they're confident in their own like culture and people, if that makes sense. Like they're not trying to copy Americans. Like they just are like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like I had gone to Haiti and everybody there, like it was a really cool experience and they did have their own things. But I think when I had gone to Morocco, like they just like they thought it was cool that I was from America, but it wasn't like we want to be like you. It was like different. Like they had their own cool things and I was like, this is really cool, like to see their own like and they're like, I don't know if proud is the right word, but like confident in it.
I was gonna say confident.
They're not like trying to change their traditions to fit like I'm like American standards of, I don't know, whatever, not even beauty, but just sense, like though. It was just, it's a different take because it's like this is unlike anything this is not like America. Like you're not in Kansas anymore, like on a larger scale. So you should definitely
but
do that.
I think it would be so fun to go to Ireland, especially I keep trying to tell my parents, for my senior trip, like Ireland. But I think it would be a lot of fun. I really want to see, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but Cliffs of Moher or something. Okay. And it's where it's like literally a cliff and then I think you just like see the ocean or the sea or I don't know.
Okay. And is there like history behind it or is it just like a cool
I haven't actually like deep dived into the history. Probably should do that. But I know that there's in all like the like pictures or I don't know if it's like documentaries. I don't know where I even saw it or movies. There's always like sheep or goats or something like behind and like
the
fencing.
Cliffs of Moher.
There's like it's like jagged.
Okay, there's more. Yeah. There's one cliff. Okay.
But yeah, I really
so cool.
Yeah.
And where is it? It's in Ireland?
Ireland, yeah.
I mean,
say that, and then what if it's in Scotland?
I mean, they're close. I've heard that, like, if you are in Europe, like, you might as well, like, travel to a couple different, like, places in Europe, because once you're there, it's, like, cheaper to,
I have heard that too. Move to
like, you're already on the continent, already on that land. It's not like you have to go over another ocean. So I'm sure that you could, even if it, you should.
Might as well.
You could and you should.
Yeah.
Do it.
I was telling my grandparents about this, actually. I was like, I think it would be so fun to go to Ireland and then go to, like, the graveyards. And they're like, what? And I was like, well, I've seen, like, a lot of movies I love Ireland accents, so I try to watch, like, all the Ireland movies and stuff like that. But I love the artwork on the tombstones. Yeah. Like, they're always, like, crosses.
Okay.
Or they're different shapes. I don't even know how to describe them. But they always are so pretty. There was actually one movie that I watched, and it was literally this girl just going around to, like, different tombstones or
gravestones. To just, like, look at them and see the
she was trying to find this one specific one. So she was going to all these different.
So are they all different, or are there, like, certain, like, some are like this kind of design, some are like this kind of design?
I think that, but they're all uniquely different than one another.
That is really cool. Do they have names still, or no? Or is
I don't know.
Irish? What, do they speak Irish?
There is an Irish language.
Is it called Irish?
I don't think so. Maybe? I don't know.
What would it be? I don't know. Because then do they write in, like, with English letters, or do they do different, like, American?
I don't even know. I should probably learn this.
I know.
I took, like, a week of, like, the Irish language. I don't even know what it's called. And
I know.
It was too hard. There was a lot of words that sounded very similar. There's a lot of, like, stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, like, really? Or is it Irish or Scott?
Irish.
Okay. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Figure it out. Maybe we can put it in the description or something.
The Irish language is called. Imagine if it's just Irish.
I mean, I guess it would make sense. I'm thinking of, like, Irishian is, like, what I'm like. I feel like we're gonna, like, see what it is and be like
Scottish, right? It's.
Yeah.
And it's Spanish, but Spanish is, like, its language. It's not like.
Yeah. Should we, like, look this up really quick? Because I feel like this is, like.
Do you have your phone?
I do. I feel like this is a weird thing to not.
Not very smart at the moment. Because I'm like.
We're going to hear it and we're going to be like. Really?
Because I will say, when I took it on Duolingo, it was called Irish. But I don't know if that means, like. But that just doesn't sound right. Like, I speak Irish. Like.
Okay. So, Irish, Gaelic. I think that's how you say it.
That makes. Okay.
Irish. Or Gael.
How do you. Okay, see.
Look. That word. But, like.
Gaelic?
How do you pronounce that? It came up with it. Okay, ready?
Gaelga. Okay, it's called Gaelga.
Okay. Gaelga is Irish Gaelic. Okay.
Makes sense? Kind of?
I don't know, but we all learned something new. Even if it doesn't make sense, or it does.
There's a lesson for you in this. Get your.
You are ready to go to Ireland now.
Like Gaelic? I forgot how to say it.
Gaelga? Okay, I don't know.
Maybe we should move on.
Yeah, I think we should. I think we're getting a little bit hyper-focused on something that we don't know enough information about.
That's so funny, though. We're both like, Gaelic? And the audience is probably like, what's he even trying to say?
yeah, we'll just move on and
yeah.
we'll do a little bit of other research and maybe we'll come back to it at a later podcast.
Okay. Talking about though, if you could live anywhere.
Oh yeah.
But imagine if you could live anywhere you wanted.
Okay.
Where would you live?
Oh man.
And you could list like 2 or 3 places if it was that hard for you to like.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think. Like, honestly, I think if I could like, I know there's cottages in America, but like I'd rather like a cottage like in Europe somewhere and be able to like live in like the countryside, but be able to like bike to like a town and then get like pastries and coffee. Like, wouldn't that be just the best?
So fun.
So yeah, I feel like that would be like, I don't know, ideal. But I'm sure that there are like cons to that, like not living in your family. That would be very, very sad. So if I could bring everybody
together,
yes, because who wouldn't want to like live there?
Yeah,
right?
Basically, yeah.
I mean,
team biscuits.
Yeah,
sign me up.
Yeah,
we're basically having tea already here. Yeah. Why not move? You know?
And like this is a countryside, but we could like not have like a modernized crummy town.
We could have a stone house.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my goodness,
I know, and like little gardens.
Oh.
And make bread.
You can make the bread for me.
For everybody, for the community, and the bread maker.
Oh my goodness, you could be the miller.
The miller's wife. Caden could be the miller, and I could be the miller's wife. Here's your bread.
So I can make the milk.
Yes.
I'll milk the cows and make the milk. I mean, and make the milk. I'm not gonna.
You'll have cows.
Butter.
Oh, butter. Okay,
butter. The whole time I thought I was saying butter, but I was really saying milk. I'll make the milk.
Good luck. No, you can raise the cows, and then like I don't know what the rest of everybody else could do, but I'm sure they would help consume those things.
Yeah. Zenobia will take care of the cows.
Yeah. I think that would be really so if you could live anywhere, I mean, would you want to live in Ireland or like
I thought about it, but it
else?
Seems very rainy. I don't know if I could do with all that rain.
Okay.
I feel like it'd be like a vacation spot. Like if I had enough money, I'd like have vacation there, you know? Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I'd want to live there. You know, it seems like maybe I need to do more research, but I feel like every time I see Ireland, it's very cloudy, rainy. Okay. And I just don't know if I could do that much. Actually. Like rain. I need a little bit of
sunshine. Yeah. Are they low in vitamin D, do we know?
I don't know.
Over in that place?
But they probably don't get very good tans.
Well, I think they have red hair.
Not all Irish.
No, they don't. Really? Yeah. I'm having a hard time believing you. I don't know if we researched enough. No. Really? I think of Ireland, I think of red hair.
Because of St. Patrick's Day?
No, I think it's like Merida. From like
she's Scottish.
Oh. Okay, well.
I
mean, sure I guess she's not Scottish. Real though, but still, I don't know. I thought Irish people had red hair.
Not all of them. No? Some do. They have an event, but not all of them.
Huh. Okay. Well, now I feel silly. I thought they all had red hair, really? I always thought, like, I don't know.
Okay. Some of them do, but I don't know if majority do, but I know that they're not all redheads.
Okay. I guess, I don't know.
It's like saying, like, everybody that we know that has red hair is automatically Irish.
Well, they might have Irish in their blood.
I mean, like we could have Irish in our blood.
We do.
We're not redheads.
I have like a red tint.
I don't.
Okay.
We're really stuck on this Irish.
I'm sorry. Okay. I just found that really hard to believe. Now I feel like weird. I'm gonna I'll just look it up. I just want to have a piece about it because that really caught me off guard. Okay.
They do have an event. They have like a redhead event in Ireland. But
I just like think that's crazy. Okay, well, we'll just move on from that.
We'll move past.
And I will also research that. I need to make a list of all the things that I need to like check up on.
But going back to where I would live, it's just too rainy there, I think.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
And even if it doesn't rain, it seems very not mist, but
like foggy?
Yeah, foggy.
Okay.
It seems very foggy.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if I could do that much.
Okay.
But I think living in like London, but yeah, same as you, just anywhere in Europe, I feel like would just be like very like peaceful.
I know, something marinated in history and class.
Yeah. I've also like a couple episodes ago when I had Lexi, we talked about I talked about Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of those like filming locations took place in, I think, Europe.
Yeah.
And so I want to like visit
or
just like
so
live
cool.
near like places that look like that.
Yes.
Or even I could live in the countryside and then come visit those sites.
I know. That like the countryside. Like then you have the best of both worlds. You have calm and peaceful, and then you've got like a little bit
We could take our goats and our horses. And
I would just love that.
Yeah. My dog's gonna come with me because he's my child.
Yes. I think that would be really wonderful.
Yeah.
We should
make some tea.
Yes.
Have some homemade biscuits.
And just like read books.
Yes.
And bike. That'd be the best.
Bike.
I know.
We could take people on tours. That could be our job. We could take people on bike tours. We could get paid so much for that.
We could. I mean, I think we missed out on our calling, if I'm being honest.
I know. Maybe all of us as a retirement thing.
Yeah.
We have like an inn. And we have bike rentals. And we take people on bike tours. We'll be in our 80s riding these bikes. We'll be so fit.
We really will be.
Wow.
Okay.
Look at us.
Life goals. Yeah. Maybe the cure of our like midlife crisis if we ever have that.
Yeah. Which maybe we will. Maybe we should just all move to Ireland. Or not Ireland. I'm really stuck on that, man.
To Europe. Like somewhere in Europe.
Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on, because I feel like we're stuck in this Europe.
Yes.
Okay. Imagine if you had any superpower. What would it be? Like any superpower there was out there. What would you have? Because a lot of people say, okay, would you rather be able to read people's mind or fly? And I have like this big thing where I'm like, everybody always says fly. And don't get me wrong, that would be cool. But imagine reading everybody's mind. That would be the coolest thing. You could know if people were lying.
You would want to have that? Reading people's I've thought about that before.
They really think about you.
I know, but I just don't know if I could. I mean, I would have to learn how to handle that. But at the same time, then you'd know, because I feel like it would be really rare to find somebody who truly like despised you. So like if you knew what they were thinking, I feel like then you would know why they thought that about you and you could fix it.
Exactly.
You know? Like, so maybe it
You'd
wouldn't be the
basically
worst
become like the most perfect person
for everybody.
Yeah.
But also then you'd probably become like a people pleaser, like a very severe. But I feel like at least
but also
you could
can
be
change. Like, you know, like you can decide.
Yeah, and if somebody wasn't comfortable with like bringing up like their issue with you,
then you can just like move around it.
Like, what do you mean?
Wait,
like avoid it?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
I was thinking like if you know what their problem is with you, you could be the one to be like, hey, so like I feel like when I did this, like it made you feel this way, and
I thought you meant like if they had something that they didn't want to talk about, you could like avoid talking to them about it.
I mean, you could do that too.
Yeah.
But I was just saying if they had like a genuine issue with you, and you could like help people work through things by like being like, you know, like creatively bringing up, you know, a certain subject that you knew.
Did you notice that I didn't add enough sweetener to this?
I was wondering, but it's okay. It's still good. It's weird how it literally smells like graham cracker and chocolate with like
that
caramelized
tastes like
marshmallow.
a very like chocolatey and like in the back of your throat. Tastes like chocolate.
That is weird. How do they do that? Especially if you slurp it. I got a little bit. It feels like almost like
that's
s'mores raindrops.
I like that. I've never slurped it before because I didn't want to mess up the mics, but
well, That's good though.
That's good.
I was always taught to slurp when you're like really like tasting a liquid.
That makes sense though. You get like all the.
It's supposed to
flavors.
splash onto your whole tongue so you can taste everything at once, and
Couldn't
it
you
aerates
just swish it around?
Well, like it aerates it. Well, I don't know why that was kind of gross. I look over and you're like, got like mouthwash. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's not. That was just slightly disturbing. I look over and you're like, what kind of podcast is this?
One that you can just be yourself and you won't be judged.
I know. I'm sorry. I just thought that we were doing like a toothpaste commercial or something. Or like mouthwash. A dental commercial. But oh my word. We literally listen and we don't judge. My goodness.
Okay, so going back to superpowers.
Yes.
What would your superpower be?
Okay, so you really would want to know what is in people's minds.
Yeah.
Like what they're thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, thinking about it like that, I would like that. I think.
But at the same time, like, I think, like, having, like, a plant power. I don't know if you guys, I know you have to too, but I don't know about you guys. If you have ever seen Sky High, but Layla has, like, the plant powers.
Yes.
And literally, that is about one of the coolest powers.
It is really cool.
But imagine if you're in a concrete building. That would be kind of sad.
But I mean, like,
but
powers,
like you could
like bring it through,
like punch it through.
Think of like the strongest plant and then like bring it.
Yeah. I mean, what about all those jungle plants?
They break through the concrete.
Yeah, they could do it.
I mean, as long as you chose a strong plant, I'm sure.
Yeah, and this is imagine if, so it could do anything.
It could happen.
It could happen.
It could work.
Yeah.
So, I guess like, I do think healing people would be really cool. Because, and I'm not just saying like physical wounds, like I think people, like my incognito like self could be like a counselor, and I could like know like what people have gone through, and then I could be like, I could just be like, I'm gonna heal. Well, no, like I would just be like acting like a counselor. You know, like how Superman, like he is Clark Kent. Yeah. So I would be like
him.
You know, as a counselor, like he worked in the newspaper or something company, and I would be like, but I would be in a job where I could like, so he was in a job where he would know the happenings of the city. I would be in a job where I could like be around people who have had like, you know, things that they've gone through.
Like you would be able to sense like what they would.
Well, they would tell me because you're, you know, I'd be a counselor,
and then you'd be able to heal.
So then, and so then I would be able to heal them and stuff.
Okay. And so like mentally and physically.
Yes, like because also people I feel like who go to counseling, they probably like they could have had a very traumatic accident as well, and they are still going through physical healing or things like that. So I think that would be like, but
this is imagining.
But imagining if I could just have a superpower, it would probably be healing people.
Okay. Yeah. I also, I don't know. There's just too many. You know?
I know.
Because then I just thought of one. Mystique. That she can change into different people.
That would be.
You get some juicy information from that. Like.
Yeah. But then if you could hear what everybody's thinking or know.
It'd be kind of cool
that would be
to turn into whoever you want though.
Yeah.
Like imagine helping your friends out with so many things.
That's true. Yeah. Does Mystique have like, if she turns into somebody, that person specifically, like she has those abilities? Like if she turned into a man, would she have the strength of a man?
I don't know. That's a good question. Or like if she turned into someone's, like somebody else with superpower, yes, would she have it?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Think so.
No,
I don't think so.
Okay, interesting.
Because in that one movie, First Class, she turned into the guy that could like whistle. really loudly,
Yeah.
and he could fly with his whistle.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. She could turn.
Oh, she did that?
No, she couldn't.
She couldn't.
So
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think she could.
Okay.
Or she didn't even try. So I don't think she could.
Yeah. I feel like, because you'd be a really powerful, like, superhero if you could just be like, well, I'm just going to pick and choose my powers now because I have, like, all of them. Yeah. So, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that would be cool, though, to at least be, like, a chameleon type. Like, adapt to whatever you needed. She was a spy. She was. That would be fun. That would be so much fun.
Mission Impossible. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, we talked about that last episode, that we could be Mission Impossible people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's our calling.
Honestly,
we're just finding all these like possibilities. I mean,
yeah.
All
right, your turn. What's another imagine if?
Okay, so I thought of this earlier. Okay. But imagine if you were to go to the Olympics, what would be the, what is it called? Like sport?
A sport?
What would be the sport or the category that you'd be in? Well, winter or summer, I guess, first.
Oh, like even if I'm not skilled at anything?
Yeah, you don't have to be skilled at it. But like what would you like? Because I was
like, nothing.
What do you think would be no.
Seriously,
oh my goodness, stop.
What would I do?
No, like if you could go to the Olympics, like you had like, you know, basically from like the day that you were born been like training for this like Olympic event.
Okay. Well, for summer, I'd probably do, if I was just like trained amazing at this, I would be a swimmer. I think that would be so much fun.
Like
to be a swimmer.
Fast or like the like what is it when they coordinated swimming? What is it called?
What is that called?
I can't think of words today.
Me neither. Coordinated? Synchronized.
I was like,
as soon as you started this, I was like, synchronized. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. But see, I feel like I'd kick someone in the face accidentally. Well, so probably racing.
Okay. That would be really cool.
I think I'd do that.
Yeah. And I feel like you could, I mean, I feel like you're a really strong swimmer. So like that is a possibility.
I don't know about that. But that'd be for summer. But for winter, ice skating. That's like non-negotiable, like ice skating. Or tobogganing.
Pretty, like the dancing ice skating.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Is there any other?
Well, then there's like the race skating.
There is?
Yeah.
Mine would definitely be the elegant. Elegant.
By yourself or with somebody?
Probably with someone.
Oh, okay. And I think it'd be more fun. You'd get to be like tossed into the air and do like flips and then.
I'd be worried for the guy. He has to catch you.
I know. And like sometimes they like swing him around and.
Who knows?
We're in like a Western something instead of ice skating. I wonder if you know how to ice skate or if you know how to roller skate, can you ice skate? You know?
Well, I have been ice skating before. Didn't you go with us?
Well, I've gone one time, but I don't think. Well, maybe you were there.
I went for my birthday.
Okay, but it is different, I guess, because it's one instead of like the sport of like.
It's very hard to. Yes, in roller skating is hard to turn, but it feels like a lot easier to lift up your feet and kind of go. Where ice skating, there's no wheels to kind of like push you. You have to push yourself.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I think I also remember it just being really hard on my ankles. Like I felt like when I was standing, it would just go like my ankles would just like pop out.
A lot of people, they cannot wear their brand new ice skates like immediately. They have to wear them in like slowly because they just make your feet so raw. They're so like hard.
Really?
Yeah.
That is interesting.
At least that's what I know. If I could be making that up.
Okay. No, I'm
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
that it's true.
Yeah. Saw it in a movie somewhere.
I mean, okay, well, maybe it's not.
I watched a lot of movies, guys.
Wait, what movie was it? Like Ice Princess or?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, really? That was such a good movie. Did you see that actress died?
What?
Yeah, like
the main one?
Yes. She was only 40, 39.
What happened?
40. I don't know. She was really pretty and like that was such a good movie. I feel like that is a classic Disney like teen movie. And
I don't think it was Disney.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. But
maybe
it was really good.
But it was really good.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Yeah.
I liked it because she had a guy that she liked, but it wasn't like a normal teen romance where they were just like fawning over each other the whole time.
That is so true.
It was just like a sweet.
She still had goals.
Yeah.
That is really good.
Yeah. Good for her. Okay, so what would you do?
It's a great question. I feel like sand volleyball for summer would be really, really fun. Like if I had the skill set, I think it would be really fun. So like
I forgot about that one. That would be a lot of fun.
I think it would be fun. Obviously I could not do that now. But
oh my God, stop it.
Imagining if it was in a different life with different talents and abilities.
Stop it.
Well, I mean, it'd be stressful like not being equipped to do something like that because like it's just you and somebody else against like
me as a swimmer. They're this much in front of me. I'm just like, wait for
me. So like, yeah, but I think that would be really fun. And then maybe for like, honestly, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what events are in the winter events.
Well, there's like, I think there's snow tubing. I think that's a sport. Just nobody knows about it.
Okay.
There's this one water one in the summer that's like it's a mini boat that I had no idea.
Do they race
existed.
each other?
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's
it's like a tube.
What if somebody's boat is faster? Like I feel
it's
like
tiny.
That is gonna
like it's like this.
Do they propel themselves?
I don't know.
Because I feel like that would make more sense.
Is there a rowing team?
There is. Yes.
Maybe I'll do a rowing team.
I do feel like that could be fun. And
that
then
would be
like
a lot of fun.
If you lose, it's not all on you. Like everybody else could have done a little bit better.
Oh my gosh, you need to watch Boys in the Boat.
Boys. Is it sad?
I don't think so. Okay. I don't think so.
Okay.
Anyways.
If it's sad, I can't handle it.
Okay.
But okay.
So.
And then for winter,
there's skiing.
I don't know if there was some sort of like snowboarding, but like with tricks. I think that would be really fun. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So didn't Shaun White do that? He had red hair. I know that. He had long red curly hair.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure he did. Well, anyways, but I think some sort of like.
Would you like?
Yeah. Sure. Yes, please. So like something like that would be, I think, really fun. I would want to do something fun, you know, because I feel like it would be easier to be better at something that I guess if you're doing it, you enjoy it. But like if you felt like you could have creative freedom, that would be cool. And I would love to judge certain things.
I would do that. I would do that.
I would, I don't have to have talent, I don't think, for that. I would just know if somebody's good.
Yeah. Well, I would hope. Like, I think you would be trained.
Well, that's true. I mean,
although, how do you be trained on judging? Is there like a judge book of rules?
There would have to be. Or else if like just like with anything else, like there has to be some sort of standard.
Yeah.
You know. So
yeah.
Make sure that you hit the like, subscribe, and the bell so that you make sure that you get all of the latest stuff.
Yeah. Because we're cool.
Very.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, make sure you sip that tea.
Sip that tea.